All right, what up, family? We are back with a new week. For this week, I'm not looking at too much. We're going to be looking at the DXY, EURUSD, and USDCHF. I'm also going to be changing a little bit how I'm doing these, I would say, Saturday drops, just because y'all already get updates on Wednesdays. So I won't spend too much time on the updates on Saturdays going forward. If y'all would like the updates, just refer to the Wednesday midweek, unless the trades actually extend out to like a Friday. Then, I'll do a little bit more updates as far as on Saturday. But for the most part, for like last week, we pretty much finished by Tuesday. And I gave y'all the update on Wednesday. And now we were pretty much done for the whole week. So with that being said, we'll kind of dive into this week and see what we're looking at in the markets. Okay. DXY for this week. We'll start off on the DXY. DXY for this week, what I want to see is a slight push towards the upside and then a continuation down. Last week, what we were looking for was a correction literally down into this range and then a push up. So we got that movement, really nice movement there. We actually closed out on those trades, majority of those trades around this area here, which I posted most of those updates in the actual chat room. So if you're not in the chat room, link is down below. And here are the updates here. So we pretty much entered the trades at a certain time, which I let everybody know in the chat room when to enter. And we pretty much closed them out early as well. So here's the update here. I'm about to take full profit. I'm closing out of all the trades. We have FOMC tomorrow. So FOMC was on Wednesday. We closed out on Tuesday. So we pretty much maximized profit on all of the trades that we took last week. So it was a beautiful week for us overall. So this week, little correction and then continuation down overall is what I'm looking for. I don't know if we're going to go and take these lows, but I'm just going to be focusing on that push up and then a correction down. We're mainly going to be trading this push up though. So internally this week, we're going to be looking at EURUSD and USDCHF for trades. I'm going to be looking to take EURUSD towards the upside this week. I want to see just a little bit more of a push down into this range and then a movement up. I'm just going to go to take this high. I believe we'll at least achieve this high. I'm not sure how much further up because we don't necessarily have to go all the way back up. We could just go deeper into this range and make a bigger structure like a double top, right? For this whole movement here, my bad, for that whole movement there. And then we could see a decline from that area. So for this week, I'm just going to take it piece by piece and I'll be looking for that retracement into this range and then a movement towards the upside. And USDCHF. This week for USDCHF, what we'll be looking for is pretty much a small correction. We did get a change of character here. So the market should be shifting, I would say internally. It's not big enough for an external change of character, but internally we might see a temporary shift. So that's what we're going to kind of look to capitalize on this week. So yeah, what we'll be looking for is a slight retracement towards the upside and then a continuation down. I pretty much already broke most of these down for y'all already. I actually did a recording earlier, but something happened to the footage. I don't know. So I had to re-record it. So this is kind of you guys' re-recording. But that is going to be USDCHF. So we're going to be looking at somewhere around 0.78637 for a reaction for a movement towards the downside. I needed to at least tap into that range if I'm going to be looking to take this trade. If it drops early without us, excuse me, then that's fine. We'll just miss the trade. But overall, I am looking for a downside move. And I'm just going to be targeting these lows. On the higher time frame, we could see price action go a little bit deeper into this range is where I'm seeing it first. If it breaks and takes this range, then we'll see most likely a liquidity grab at these equal lows in this range. But we'll take it again week by week. For now, I just want to see a slight retracement and then continuation down. I'm not going to be trying to buy this up. I'm only going to be looking for sell opportunities on this one. And I am only going to be looking at bullish opportunities on EURUSD for this upcoming trading week. Okay. And just to brief y'all on last week. So last week, the main trades that we took was EURUSD towards the downside and GBP/USD towards the downside. So the week before last week, we took a trade. We had a phenomenal week the week before as well. But we took a trade on EURUSD from here, and we kind of just swung that down. So last week, we got the retracement. We were actually looking for it to retrace in this area, and then the continuation down. So we actually took profit in this range on EURUSD. That was when I made the announcement that I'm closing out all of the trades. So that's where we pretty much wrapped up EU. And for GBP/USD, give me 1 second. Hope y'all had a good trading week last week overall. We do have NFP this upcoming Friday, so be mindful of that. So this was GBP/USD last week, and we actually entered here instead of entering here. So this was, again, another update that I gave in the Telegram chat room, which the link is down below. It's completely free. Please, if you are considering anything that I put out, make sure you are in the chat room, because that's where the updates go, whether I'm closing the trade, skipping the trade, whatever the case may be. Those updates go down below in the chat room. Again, it's completely free. Don't miss out. I drop a lot of education for y'all in there, just overall trading knowledge that y'all need to succeed. Okay. GU, we closed out a GU. I think it was the first pop. Yeah, it was like right here. So we didn't even hold this retracement. We actually killed GU on the first pop. Then it retraced, dropped back down, and then shot up. But we closed GU. I want to say I closed it personally like around here. So got a decent profit on it. I'm glad I did close it, because as you can see, once Powell got to talking, everything just completely changed. So that is that. And I think we're going to be getting that internal short-term shift just based off of what the Fed had, basically the talks over last week, as far as foreseeing a potential rate cut at the next Fed. So we've been pretty much staying where we've been at for the last few announcements. So now we're finally looking at a potential rate cut, the chances of that being high on the next Fed announcement meeting. So you might start to see a temporary shift in the market as far as direction on the DXY. So we'll be taking it piece by piece to kind of see how that overall turns out, but we'll see. Other than that, that's really all I got for y'all for this week. Again, I'm mainly only focusing on EURUSD towards the upside and USDCHF towards the downside this week. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Also, we are still doing the mentoring giveaway again for the rest of 2026. So every 8 weeks, I'm giving away a free mentoring package to whoever is commenting on the videos. So drop a comment down below to enter the mentoring giveaway. We're going to be making the next announcement. I think it's in 3 weeks. Yeah, 3 weeks. So it's coming up quick. We'll be giving away another package. Other than that, that's really all I got for y'all. Y'all have a great rest of y'all's week, and I will see you guys in the chat room.